prevent hacking from taking place. Okay, so there are several types of hackers. The most popular ones are the black hat hackers. The black hat hackers are the bad guys, and the white hat hackers are obviously the heroes of our story, the good guys. So the job of the white hat hacker, or you can say the cybersecurity professional, is to make sure that we check the vulnerabilities, we check the, you can say, the defenses of the system, and we break down those defenses. Okay, so there are networks, devices, programs, and various data which can be protected from attacks. If I give you an example, we could have government data, banking data, uh, Air Force, military, Navy, you name it, NASA, ISRO, any government organization or any confidential data that should not fall into the wrong hands. They all need ethical hackers. They all need cybersecurity experts. All right. So cybersecurity, as of today, quite honestly, I'm in this line. As you can see on the screen, it says there will be 3.5 million unsecured cybersecurity jobs globally, and the honest fact is there is more demand than there is supply. I mean, just think about it for a minute. We need more people than the, you can say, the training centers are churning out. So high demand, not enough supply. In fact, I can go as far as to say that we are hiring cybersecurity professionals who are not even fully qualified for the post, but we don't have a choice. And that's where we stand in the cybersecurity right now. The demand is huge. So obviously, when the demand is great and the supply is less, what happens? You can expect to get paid nice amount of money. So here, if you actually check the average salary, and a cybersecurity expert could expect to get, I mean, in the United States, you could expect to earn something like that's 102,000 US dollars. In India, that amounts to 8.25 lakhs per annum. And if you're looking at the UK market, we are talking in the, you can say, the euros, that is 78,000 euros, huge money. So, and that's only in the initial stages, and of course you know how much we can go, right? So that's basically the average salaries that we are talking about. And what kind of companies are hiring such kind of cybersecurity experts? If you will actually see, there's no banner under the sun which is worth its salt that is not hiring, in simple words. So here you can see some of those big names. We see Instagram, we see Facebook, we see LinkedIn, we see YouTube, Twitter, IBM, Unisys, you name it, and the brand is there. Google, Oracle, Siemens. There's no small brand here, even Apple. All right. So why this sudden surge? What's been happening is cybersecurity and these cyber attacks are not something new. I told you earlier that the power grids can come crashing down. That's exactly what happened in the year 2015. What happened is Ukraine's power plant was hacked. Okay, and it was, like, you can say, the first time in history that an entire city suffered a major power outage just because of a cybersecurity attack. It took you can say, the workers 3 days and 3 nights to restore the power, and that's more than 2.5 million families who were affected because of that. Now, in certain parts of the world, not having electricity, like for example rural India, it doesn't matter. Okay, we are used to not having electricity for 8 hours and 10 hours at a stretch, and people are quite comfortable. But when you talk about a country like Ukraine not having a power for even a few hours, is like people can freeze to that death, because we need that heating mechanism out there. And that is, like, you can say, a hacking attempt can cost a person's life. That's how dangerous this attack was. In May 2021, very recently this year, which is very soon coming to an end, now US was targeted. US gas pipelines were hacked, and it took nearly 1 week to restore those activities. Of course, US did not stop there. US also retaliated back, and US had attacked some of, you can say, Iran's biggest centers. That was Iran's nuclear power plants. And whether you believe it or not, the CIA and the Mossad were responsible for bringing the whole thing crashing down. In fact, 984 uranium plants were completely and permanently damaged just by inserting a worm virus through a USB chip. Okay, a small USB pen drive or a thumb drive was connected, and through that the entire 984 uranium plants had to be permanently shut down. You can just imagine the kind of havoc that a person can make. Okay, the entire credit was taken by an R evil group that was, they have also been responsible for hacking Google and Facebook in recent times. If you have heard about that, they have also been responsible for hacking Microsoft. In fact, to such an extent that all the codes of Microsoft, all the software codes, and all the confidential emails were completely hacked. You can just imagine the sheer amount of loss that a company like Microsoft and Google can suffer, because they survive and live on data. They live and die by data, right? And if the data is compromised, you can just imagine what happens, right? So the question is, can we be hacked? So the answer is obviously yes. There is no person who cannot be hacked. There is no person who can escape being hacked. The only way you can protect yourself from getting hacked is by being what I would call is being a little aware of the process. So what kind of hackings, what type of hackers are there, and how do people hack us? Let's talk about that a little bit before we talk about your career and all that. So I could hack you by, you can say, trickery. That's what we call as phishing. So I could hack you by somehow tricking you into thinking that I am giving you a legitimate email or a legitimate WhatsApp message or a legitimate Instagram thing or whatever, or it could be even a phone call. And through that phone call, I will somehow trick that particular person into divulging confidential information. And if you think this is not true, the fact of the matter is 98% of the hacking is done using something that is you can say using trust and making people fooling people into revealing their information. 98% of the entire world's hacking is done based on this. Right. So that's how how dangerous and how easy it is. I could send you an email from ICICI Bank or maybe from HDFC Bank or from any bank in the world, and I could just create a page that looks exactly like the original page. And all I'm doing is I'll just give you a message saying that, hey guys, your bank account is we are updating your details. So if you don't provide your banking details as soon as possible, I'm going to freeze your account. So please fill up your username, please fill up your password, and please fill up your debit card details. And thank you very much. Check your balance after 5 minutes. It will be totally clean. That's basically how we operate. So that's basically the way trickery is done. And unfortunately, guys, we have the whole world falling for it just like that. So that's basically tricking people into revealing them. The other way that you can get fooled, and I would really like to know how many of you have had this experience. How many of you have have you received an SMS or some kind of you can say a WhatsApp message that says WhatsApp is going to be paid service from tomorrow, and you need to pass on this message to 10 friends and something like 20 or maybe 5 groups, and if you don't do it, then you are going to be charged from tomorrow. How many of you have got such a message, right? Okay, and what happens? You also get a message saying that God loves you very much, and you need to forward this message to at least 100 people, and then God is going to shower you with blessings. But if you don't do that, your grandmother is going to die tomorrow. Okay, so they play with superstitions. They play with, you can say, your what do we call, some kind of gimmicks, and your belief, and they play with your trust. And this is how we gather data. So what happens is, why should you not forward that message that comes from God or from ghosts, or it can come from virtually anybody. So please never forward chain messages. Okay, so if God really wants to give some information, God doesn't need the internet. So it is absolutely safe to delete such messages. Go ahead and delete it. I assure you, nothing is going to have happened to your grandmother, and you're not going to have 7.5 years of bad luck if you delete that email. In fact, you should delete that email. But if you don't delete, believe me, you're going to have a lot of bad luck. Okay, that's the whole point of how hackers hack us. And one of the reasons why hackers actually succeed in hacking us is simply because we do not understand how hacking takes place. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Maybe you are interested. Now, what kind of skill sets do I need to become a hacker, right? So what do I need to do? So what kind of roles will I get? Let's talk about that now. So you could become, in cybersecurity, you could become a security architect. You could become a consultant, security consultant. You could become an ethical hacker, which is a very well-paying line, and that's a great place to start. And we have a security analyst position. So these are, you can say, the 4 options there. Ethical hacker is basically where your journey usually starts. Now, why do we need ethical hacking, and what is ethical about hacking, right? Isn't that the question coming to your mind? So hacking is basically, it's a bad thing. That's a perception we have, right? So how can hacking be ethical? Now, what is ethical about hacking is, now if I hack your ATM machine and I withdraw $200,000 rather than withdrawing $200, and then I come and tell you, hey guys, this is the problem in your system, and this is what you should be doing in fixing it. That's the ethics of hacking. If I run away with your $200,000, that's called hacking. That's bad hacking. Okay, there's nothing ethical about that. But if I come and inform you, so that is, you can say, basically analyzing the weakness and analyzing the vulnerabilities of, you can say, your system, of your network, of your Wi-Fi. Sorry, that's network, of your Wi-Fi, of your your mobile phones, your smartphones. That is what an ethical hacker does. An ethical hacker is hired by banks. An ethical hacker is hired by the corporates, multinationals, like all of these, Microsoft and Facebook and Instagram and you name it, Apple and all. Why do these people hire ethical hackers? Because they want, please, you hack my PC first before a hacker does it, and let me know what's wrong with it so I can fix it before somebody comes. So now this process is divided into 3 parts basically. So one is, we have something called as vulnerability testing. Vulnerability testing is checking for weak points in the system. That's one part. The second part is something called as penetration testing. And penetration testing is, like, you can say, actually going ahead and hacking it. Okay, go ahead and hack that thing and break down those defenses. And then the third part is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is protection from hacking. So this is, penetration testing or ethical hacking is basically the first step always. So the first step is, before you can protect my system, you should know the weakness of my system. Before you can protect my system, you should be able to break the defenses. So a good ethical hacker can become a good cybersecurity professional. So your journey into the cybersecurity platform usually starts by what we call as offensive security. So offensive security is starting from the very beginning. First, you learn to break things, and then you learn to fix things. Okay, unlike the other thing. So learn how it can be damaged and inflict maximum possible damage on the system, and then inform the people. See, because you are an ethical hacker, if you do not damage it, the hackers are going to damage it, and the hackers are not going to be coming over to you and say, hey guys, this is what I did. They are going to run away with it, right? So coming back, that's basically what are the ethics about hacking. Now let's talk about so we talk about job roles. So starting with an ethical hacker would be a great idea. You could be a security consultant, you could be an architect, and you could be a security analyst, and all are very, very, of course, great paying lines, of course, no doubt about that. And as I told you, there's a lot of lot of demand, much less supply. Talking about the job description, what would you be doing? As I told you, the first thing that you would be doing is you would be testing the penetration, performing some penetration testing on web applications, computer systems, networks, all that stuff. And you can say discover the weaknesses, exploit those weaknesses, and then of course comes the hard work, or what we call as the paperwork, and letting the people know, hey guys, this is how you can be hacked. And once we do that, now your next goal is to, you can say, keep researching. Okay, when is a hacker's job done? The answer is never. Okay, because all the time new technology keeps on coming. So all the time we have to innovate, and we have to be one step ahead of the bad guys. We have always to invent new penetration tools. We have to perform new tests, and that's why, I mean, it's a fantastic line. You get everything, and you get, you get that respect, you get that money, you get that power, and at the end of the day, you get that satisfaction. Yes, I did something for the world. Okay, talking about the skills required. What kind of skills do we require for cybersecurity? Well, it really helps if you're good at programming and scripting, network protocols, penetration testing, intrusion detection. Intrusion detection is like a burglar alarm in in a layman's language, but that's not a burglar alarm. This is a a defense mechanism on the the computer systems and on the online systems. And then we have got something called as malware analysis. So in case you come across some unknown viruses, what to do about that? That's basically done using malware analysis. All right. So then we have the learning path. All right. You want to become a cybersecurity expert. What should you do? All right. Now, before I talk about the learning path, now you guys might be thinking, do I really need to know a lot of programming and scripting? Do I really need to know networking protocols and all that before? So what if I don't know networking? What if I don't know programming? Can I become a hacker? The answer is yes. Because the best hackers that I know in the world are hackers who are 12 or below. I'm talking about 12 years, okay? 12 years and below. Okay, and these are the people who don't know programming. These are the people who are not good at networking. So even a complete layman can become a good hacker. So there's no, you can say, there's no hard and fast, you can say, graduation, or you should be, you should be a Python coder, or you should be a Java coder, or you should be a C++ coder, and only then you can become a hacker. There's no such thing, because ethical hacking is tool based. So all you need to do is you need to understand which buttons to press. The tool will do 90% of the hard work for us. Okay, so that's, like, you can say, anybody can become a hacker as long as they have got the passion to hack and they have got the determination to hack. That's a required skill set. Okay, there's no compromise on passion. If you're passionate about hacking, yep, everything else will fall into place. You can always catch up and learn programming and scripting. And of course, penetration testing is something that you will be learning as a hacker. All right, now here's the learning path. Here's how it goes. So you could learn programming and scripting. You could learn networking protocols. That would be something fantastic. You could understand the common security threats, develop security schemas, get yourself certified. Getting certification is fantastic. People really, there are certifications like the CEH certification, and there are so many other certifications which are recognized in almost 120 countries around the world. So if you are, if you are certified ethical hacker, the world's doors are open to you. and of course, you apply for jobs. It's very very easy for us to get that vacancy right now, and investment in knowledge always pays the best interest, and there's no doubt about that. So, guys, I'm going to see if you guys have got any questions for me. We could, I could address your replies. You can respond in the chat box, or you guys can unmute and get back. Hi, everyone. If anyone's got any questions.
I read out a couple of questions for you. It's the same thing which you just explained. How much of coding knowledge is required?
Sure.
To become a certified ethical hacker?
Okay.
I already know that you answered. But
so, okay. So yeah, if you're talking about CEH, certified ethical hacker, the answer is 0. You don't need the same. So the CEH courseware does cover right from scratch, assuming you know how to read and write English, and you know how to hold the mouse and use the computer, maybe, and a little bit of internet. So that's about it. You could start with that. And yes, if you, it does help. I'm not saying that you don't need to be a coder. It does help if you are a coder. There are several, verticals there. So one of those verticals in CEH is starting completely from scratch. I mean, I have trained people who are, in class 8, and so they don't even have a high school certificate. Forget about degree, right? So it works for everyone. I hope I answered your question. Hello.
One more question here. What kind of certifications are required to become a cybersecurity expert?
What kind of certifications? There are several certifications that we can talk about. We have got now. I could enlist a lot of them. You could start with CEH. We have got CISP. In fact, I've let the admin give you the options of all the courses that are available. So like this would be what we call as ethical hacking, and then we have certain courses that are good for forensics. So forensics is like, you can say, detective work to find out who hacked me, and how we can catch those bad guys. So catching those bad guys is possible. Ethical hacking is possible, and then we have what cybersecurity certifications. There are several layers and several versions of you can say cybersecurity certifications. So after my session, one of the the people are going to explain to you all those certifications that you could take up and choose your career path. Right. So that's something that will be explained in much more detail.
I will explain that to them. So I think all the questions have been answered. I don't see further questions.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Dalal.
Thank you so much.
Hi guys, this is Charles Christopher. Well, I'm the senior course advisor and a career counselor from Intellipaat, and I've been doing this for about 13 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the program, the details, where you can find all the information, which program is the best option for you. But before I begin, like the instructor himself told, you don't require any prerequisites. So all you need to know is you should be passionate enough, and there is no shortcut, guys. So if you have anything of that sort of thing on your mind, please take it away, because nothing comes for free and there's no shortcut. So you will have to put in some dedication and some time, because 95% of our existing customers are, working professionals. So if they're able to do it, why not you? It's pretty simple. I hope I'm audible. So if you're not able to hear me, you can please let me know so I can fix my audio. Yeah, I think I'm audible. Perfect. So here we are on the Intellipaat homepage. All I'm doing is, let's say, go to cybersecurity, and I'll take you guys through the PG program. So let me tell you about this program. This is in collaboration with Belhaven University in the US, guys. So this is a renowned university in US. This is a postgraduate certification program in cybersecurity. This is also in collaboration with IC Square and EC Council. So without wasting time, let me tell you, this is a live instructor-led training program on a WebEx. And this is the program which comes with lifetime access. So we are the only company proudly, to provide a lifetime access. There is no expiration. You can attend unlimited classes. You can retake the batches unlimited times. Nobody's going to stop you or question you. And instructors are live who are working professionals who are working with Intellipaat as freelancers. So any questions are welcome. It's interactive. All the questions will be answered before the end of the session, guys. And all the classes are also recorded and handed over to you for your reference. So this is a program which comes with 100% job interview guarantee. So in order to get there, you'll have to invest 6 months of your time. So like I told you before I started the program or presentation, there's no shortcut. If you're able to invest maximum 7 hours of your time in one whole week, in 1 week, if you're able to invest 7 hours for the next 6 months, you can reach your objective. You can land that 6-figure that you always wanted to, and you can change your career into cybersecurity, no matter which domain you're from. So this is a sample certificate of postgraduate from Belhaven University, and this is a certified ethical hacker certificate. So there is an official exam for this, guys. So ideally, the examination cost, I'll just show you. Exam fee for CH in the US. So see, here you go. So retake itself is $450. The examination fees is $1,199 US, guys. So don't worry, because we have collaborated with EC Council. Only a limited few passes are available. So you get a free examination voucher from us. So you get one free examination voucher. That means you need not spend any money for CH certification exam if you go for this program. So this is a sample certificate of certified ethical hacker, guys. So you can see who can apply for this program: system admins, IT managers, IT directors, network professionals, ideally anybody who is passionate about getting to cybersecurity, because the instructor himself told programming and coding is not mandatory. Anybody can get into cybersecurity. But having a basic understanding of that is only an added advantage, guys. That's it. So here you see, just to name a few roles: threat intelligence analyst, security data analyst, cybersecurity associate, ethical hacker, cybersecurity analyst. So these are just to name a few roles. You will be qualified to work once you complete the program. Now let's see, what does it take to get here? So these are the skill sets, guys. So these are the skill sets any companies are realistically looking for in order to reach your objective. So this is where you're spending your 6 months of time in getting trained. So let me tell you, guys, we do not teach you, unlike any YouTube presentations or any colleges or institutes, we do not teach you. It's going to be theoretical or PowerPoint presentations. We literally train you everything in a practical manner. So you are getting trained through a mode of assignments, exercises, and real-time industry projects. So all our instructors are working professionals who are going to train you, not to teach you. And here we go. This is the curriculum. So it'll be literally introduced from the very basic course: introduction to cybersecurity, then certified ethical hacker, then CISSP, then certified cloud security professional, then CompShare Cloud Essentials, and Splunk SIEM, which is Splunk Security Enterprise Management. So you'll be getting trained from the very basic to intermediate to advanced, step by step, guys. And the course itself is aligned or designed for you to clear all these exams: CH version 11, CISSP, certified cloud security, CompShare, and Splunk SIEM. So you can clear all these certifications exams. So cybersecurity specifically is an industry where you would have seen a lot of articles and a lot of videos where a person got 150% or 200% hike from his past package. That is the reality, because no matter which industry vertical you're from, whether BFSI, e-commerce, retail, supply chain, doesn't matter, everybody has a lot of database and confidentiality that they'll have to secure. So that is possible only from a cybersecurity team. So that is the reason the packages are unimaginable, guys. That is the reason more than 70% of the companies prefer a certified professional to give a chance to attend the interview. So certifications is literally an added bonus here, guys. So the course itself is aligned or designed for you to clear all these examinations. So we have more than 95% of passing aggregate. So we prepare you for certification exam 2 by providing you a mock quiz. Take our mock quiz, score 60%. That means you can easily clear the official exam in just one attempt. So moving further, this is the most important part, guys. So you would have come across any job description. They're looking for a person who has experience. So no company is going to ask you certain experience from Microsoft or IBM or from e-commerce or retail. All they care is about hands-on experience. Yes, these projects are equivalent to 2 years of hands-on experience, guys. Because in the interview, nobody is going to ask you the definitions of few technical terms. They're going to turn the desktop towards you, ask you to find what is the mistake and fix it, or ask you to hack their own server, a networking server, where you could breach them, or ask you to find who have breached, locate the IP address. So you can do that only if you have a practical hands-on. So this is what I meant. We don't teach, we train you. So once you do the beginner project, guys, which is going to be evaluated. So that is when you get to know what are the areas you're lacking, what are the areas you need to focus more on, what are the areas that you're actually good at. So based on that, you can invest more time towards those areas that requires more of your attention, so that intermediate and advanced projects are going to be easier for you. So we have categorized step by step. So you're also developing, practically practicing these hands-on projects one step at a time. And don't worry, guys, we provide all the lab environment for you to learn, play, and practice. We provide you lifetime technical support assistance whenever you are stuck or whenever you have any queries. My team works round the clock in order to help you, guide you, and assist you. So this is mandatory, guys, not only for you, anybody for any technology without having hands-on experiences on projects. It's impossible. Forget about the job. It's impossible even for you to get an interview. That is the reality. So moving further, this is peer learning. This is a platform where you can interact with your peers who are taking classes with you, who are from different departments, different domains. You'll come across a fresher, college fast student, person 25 years of experience, person with 5 years of experience. Where you can interact with your peers, exchange ideas, exchange assignments, seek help, learn from your peers as well. So moving further, career services by Intellipaat. So we have mentioned on writing, 3 guaranteed interviews. Whether you're based out of India, US, Europe, Middle East, Canada, doesn't matter, whichever region you're based out of, this provides you minimum 3, maximum 5 interviews on completion of the program and submission of the projects and assignments, guys. So this is going to happen on the 8th month. Then what is happening on the 7th month? Because 6 months is for the program. So this is what is happening on the 7th month. One whole month, our team is dedicating their time in order to prepare you for the interview. So 80% of the technical questions you're thoroughly prepared even before you attend the interview. Through mock interview sessions, career mentoring sessions. So anybody can clear 5 out of 5 interviews because you'll not be asked any questions outside the syllabus or content. You're investing 6 months of your time. One whole month you're investing your time in order to prepare yourself for the interview. You would have completed the projects and assignments. So you please ask yourself, what could stop you or anybody from clearing the interview? Nothing. Provided you are willing to invest that 6 months, provided you are willing to spend that 7 hours of your time in that one whole week, which is not a big deal. And my team is also going to build your resume and LinkedIn profile. So they're going to mention all the certifications you have, all the projects that you have completed, all the skill sets that you have. So it's our duty to make sure not only we schedule the interview for you in whichever city you're based out of, but also make sure that your resume is very, very presentable. So minimum 3, maximum 5 interviews will be guaranteed on completion of the program and submission of the assignments and projects, guys. Now, any questions are welcome. Please feel free to drop your message. And like you see, the program fee is $14.99. Now, we're the only company to offer you the program at such a cheap price compared with any other companies in the market. You do not find any programs less than $3,500. 3500 is the starting price for any companies with any university affiliations, whether it's US or India, it doesn't matter. And we're the only company to offer you that price and guaranteed interviews. No company is also guaranteeing interviews, but we are. The reason is pretty simple. This price, the reason why it's so cheap is because of COVID subsidy from Indian government. And because of the price being so cheap, we closed down the registrations in the first 2 days itself. And next week, that is 1st of January, starting 2022, the cost is going to be revised to $2,999. Even that is going to be dead cheap, guys, compared to any other prices in the market. But fortunately, a couple of customers who already registered, they want to move their batch to April because of some current project requirement. So we have 2 slots left out, which we purely work on a first come services. And I am going to extend you the discount also. So to know what is the price, to speak to an advisor, to have a word and have an understanding which program is best fit for you, and also not invest 1499 but much lesser than that, WhatsApp me on my US number or WhatsApp me on my Indian number or drop me an email. I will be more than happy to answer any questions you might have and also help you register for the program at the best price, guys. But remember, I just have 2 slots. That is on a priority basis. So we do not block, we do not force any customers because it's a steal deal, guys. So in order to know more, please WhatsApp me on either of my numbers. So if you're in India, the website has the timings of the schedule. But if you're in the US, the schedule is Saturday and Sunday, 9:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time to 12:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. This is your schedule, guys. 3 hours Saturdays, 3 hours on Sundays. And remember, it is a lifetime access. And you get a free exam voucher for CEH. You save this is the actual exam cost, guys, 1,199, which I showed you. So you get to save this much of money, and you get lifetime. You get iLab access for you to learn, play, and practice. You get minimum 3 guaranteed interviews, and you get PG certification from Belhaven. Perfect. So any questions, guys? Perfect. So you have my details. Please WhatsApp me on my US number or Indian number, or drop me an email, guys. I'll be more than happy to help you, guide you in the right direction. And this provides 100% result. No, there is no doubt about it, provided you're willing to invest that 6 months, and provided you're willing to spend that 7 hours a week, 3 hours on Saturdays, 3 hours on Sundays, 1 hour between Monday to Friday, whenever you are available, so that you can complete those small assignments and exercises given by the instructor. Let's make this happen. We are here to help you guys. I thank each and everyone for your time today. I hope today's presentation and webinar were useful and informative. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.